All right, welcome into the All Out Super Late Model Series presented by All Out Esports. Tonight we are at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Um, it's a new track to the iRacing scene here, um, but it is a very slippery track, and if you're not careful, you can lose a lot of your.
We're not live.
All right, well, here we go. We got Caleb in the booth with us again tonight. Caleb, we had a little bit of technical difficulties there before you started talking, but the track is very slippery and can cause some issues if you're not careful.
Yeah, this track was on the iRacing Pro Invitational Series. Ran when racing was at a halt, and the drivers were struggling with it a little bit. A couple self spins in that race. So difficult track. 22 drivers. It should be a fun race here, and I think the difficultness of this track is showing, as we have a few names up here who, we normally don't see it up as high as they are.
Yeah, you got Chase Johnson, uh, Scott Formosa, Robert Barber. We normally don't see them this high this quick, and we've seen them very high, or we see them very high here in practice. Normally, it takes them a little bit of time to get up there into the front. Um, but they're up there very quick here tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see how well they are able to stay up there on top as you see Chase Johnson on his lid down the back stretch.
Yeah, and we also have some vice versa of that as well. We have Caleb Ramsey in 21st, Michael Fravert in 22nd, and just a little bit ahead of them are Louis Robinette and James Song. Very interesting speed charts right.
Yeah, and the one thing that we were talking about is the track being slippery. I looked, we were right around the high 70s, low 80s on track temperature earlier in practice. I suspect that hasn't gone up any. It may have dropped a little bit, but as the day goes on and the track temperature rises, Caleb, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But it could
Static track.
Yeah, it could just add to the slipperiness that we see into these corners. And we've seen a lot of guys spin out in these corners because it is so slick there. As practice ends, we're going to get set for qualifying here.
Yeah, your track today is 5 degrees air temp, mostly cloudy, 88-degree track temp, static skies, the north at 1 mile per hour, or the wind going at 1 mile per hour. We are now qualifying here. Larger field than what we've seen as of recently. Chase Johnson goes to the top right now by over 3/10 over. Or actually, as I say that, a lot of people now running faster. Scott Formosa to the lead.
You got Michael Whitting. He's out there. He's in that third spot as he ran his qualifying laps. Go look at Casey Clark. She's got on his second qualifying lap here, potentially have the ability to jump up quite a bit.
Ooh.
And he does not. He runs a slower lap time that time by. Scott Formosa, he's up at the top.
Yeah, according to Chase Johnson, he got so loose.
Let's go look. Bo Glenn out on track for his second lap of qualifying. He ran a 17.804 or 8.64 rather. His first time by, so we'll see what he can do this second lap. And he picks up, but not enough.
Yeah.
Robert Barber out there now, finishing up his first lap of qualifying. He is fourth quick with the 17.754. See what he can get here on the second lap of his qualifying.
Oh, yeah. Didn't look like the best lap there. A lot of one and dones here, right? With laps.
Yeah.
A lot of people not even able to closely replicate what they just ran.
Peyton Hamlin out on track in that 55 machine. See what he can get here on this second lap. He ran at 17.866. And his first lap, he ran a 17.932. His second lap, Bo Glenn is just out there getting some practice in.
Yeah, this race only 125 laps. So qualifying is going to be important.
Yeah, looking at Travis Pryor out on track. Did not put in a lap time his first lap. See what he can get done on the second one. Here, it's going to put him fifth quick with the 17.756. Looks like we got Michael Fravert out on track now for his laps. See what?
Yeah, he'll be hoping to improve of what he ran in practice. Ooh,
18.201. That first lap. See as he tags the wall, so I think this lap is going to be invalid, and he's going to have to stick with the 18.201.
Very fortunate for him. He was struggling in practice and cannot lay down a quick lap. Caleb Ramsey, another one who's kind of in the same boat as Michael Fravert, has been struggling. 8.221.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of qualifying there. So we'll get ready to go racing here in just a few minutes. We get ready for,
one car.
Get ready for our starting lineup. You're going to have Scott Formosa, Chase Johnson, your front row. And you're going to have Michael Whitting and Robert Barber in your second row. Travis Pryor and Casey Clark, they're going to be in that third row. You're going to have Bo Glenn and Peyton Hamlet in that fourth row. In the fifth row, you're going to have Louis Robinette and Joey Lamb. Nice to see some of the dirt guys from and I forget what team they are, but Joey Lamb and AJ Cruz are part of the same team there. But Joey Lamb will start 10th. Then you're going to have Eddie Taylor in that 66 machine and James Somke in the 11th and 12th. You're going to have Chris Miller 13th. And then you'll have Jonathan Smith 14th. You're going to have Christopher Reardon in that 15th spot. You have Michael Fravert in 16th. Caleb Ramsey in the 13 will be starting 17th. To his outside will be the 57 of AJ Cruz. You're going to have Joe Williams in that 19th position. And then it looks like we have 3 people, Austin Victory, Taylor James, and Austin Carter, who did not make the call to start the race.
Yeah. We're coming in turns 3 and 4. We are about to start this race. Points leader Scott Formosa will take them to the green here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, 125 laps, and Scott Formosa is starting very strong. Got a great start, as did Chase Johnson in that 20. Michael Whitting fell back a couple positions. He's behind the 02 of Travis Pryor. New paint scheme for Travis Pryor there. Green and black.
Yeah, I like a lot of the field single file out early in this one.
Yeah, Robert Barber's got a new paint scheme as well. It's got the American flag on the side.
Trouble. James Somke got turned.
As we go to look at this incident, it looks like Reardon and Somke got together. Reardon has some heavy front end damage there.
Yeah, he is disconnected. We are first to the DNF list.
So we'll reset the field here. You're going to have Scott Formosa, Chase Johnson, Robert Barber, Travis Pryor, Michael Whitting, Casey Clark, Peyton Hamlet, Bo Glenn, Joey Lim, Louis Robinette, Eddie Taylor, Chris Miller, Jonathan Smith, Michael Fravert, Caleb Ramsey, Joe Williams, James Somke, AJ Cruz. You know, the one person that I have not seen here tonight is the 44, Mark Fravert. We're missing Mark tonight.
Yeah, we are missing half Fraverts here. So, Josh, this is a new track to iRacing.
Yeah. Less than a month old on the service.
Yeah, so I think that might be contributing to some, upset drivers we might have up here or in the back. So that could definitely be it. But we also don't have Keneally. We don't have Crafton here. But we have Travis Pryor, Scott Formosa, some other ones, so should be a very interesting race to see who has learned this track in the short period of time it's been on the circuit. As AJ Cruz went a lap down. Green flag back in the air here at North Wilkesboro. Pryor with a great jump on that outside as they come down into turn 3. Very orderly up in the front. So there's some contact back there with Christopher Miller got hit by Joey Lamb. They got it back going, but right behind them we have some side-by-side. Bo Glenn v. Michael Pravert right here for that 11th position. Pravert got that last lap. Let's see what can happen here.
Yeah, this is a very strong battle here between Bo Glenn and Michael Fravert. It's been going on here for a few laps now, and we're not seeing one side get out ahead of the other until now. Here, about lap 13, so about 5 laps, and we're just now being able to see a somebody edge out in front. But if you look right behind them, you have the 23 of Jonathan Smith. He's trying to get up there as well.
Yeah, Ramsey was very close behind them, making contact with Eddie Taylor, but now it's going to be Jonathan Smith and Bo Glenn for 12th. You know, that highlight had some steam for a couple laps, but it kind of goes away after a little bit.
Yeah, back up here to Bo Glenn. Bo Glenn is under attack from the 23 of Jonathan Smith. Now, if you go back up here to Michael Fravert, he is working on the 5 of Chris Miller. That is for the 10th spot.
They make contact, but they're going to not save it. Hard hits from Miller, Glenn, and Taylor.
You know, after the initial contact, when Fravert got back into Miller and kind of straightened Miller out, I thought he was going to be able to save it. But then Miller was trying to correct the car, and then that little bump by Fravert at the end to straighten him back out was enough to send Miller spinning sideways.
Yeah, Joe Williams behind them looks like he was using those cars as a cane. Well, now he had to avoid that.
Yeah, you know, and it again, you know, that's very unfortunate. You know, you got AJ Cruz, he's a lap down. Bo Glenn is a lap down. You got Chris Miller, who's 2 laps down. Eddie Taylor is in the pit road now. You see AJ Cruz getting his lap back.
Christopher Miller has just disconnected, so we can add 2 cars to our DNF list.
Yeah, no, and Caleb, you know, this is quite interesting because the guys over here with the All Out Esports and the All Out Super Late Model Series, they were the second asphalt series that came on board with us here at ISBC, and now we've picked up a 3rd and a 4th asphalt series, so we're starting to venture out into the asphalt world a little bit. So these guys really helped us out with being able to just get our foot into the door with the asphalt world.
Me and Josh have commentated this since we've since ISBC has gotten this series. So it's been great to see this series, you know, kind of turn into what it has. I think the action definitely Oxford Plains was probably one of the best races I've seen from this series last.
Yeah, and that was a very small track in Oxford Plains. And here at North Wilkesboro, it's not that much bigger as you see Travis Pryor up to second, Robert Barber in fourth, and you have Chase Johnson. He's running second, or running in that third position rather, not second. Um, so we're starting to see these guys that are predominantly up front week in week out. Travis Pryor, Scott Formosa, Robert Barber. And then you're starting to see Michael Whitting climb back up there, Louis Robinette.
Pace cars back green here.
Yeah, Formosa gets another good start, but it wasn't as great as what we had seen as Travis Pryor is sticking with them. And we've seen Travis be able to do this quite a bit. Stick with the leader on these restarts, and that's kind of set the leader up to be passed. And it looks like Travis.
Oh, Michael Whitting, trouble. Yellow flags is out. Very unfortunate. Having such a great run.
Yeah, it looks like him and Casey Clark just make contact, and then Whitting starts sliding up towards the outside wall, collects Smith and Robinette, and he was trying to lock it down. Just those cars were going high to avoid him, and just get caught up into an incident that wasn't anything of their doing.
Yeah, Michael Whitting was having a great run. I'll get it repaired, but that right front looks absolutely demolished.
Yeah, that right front sustained heavy damage there.
Yeah, from the looks of it, I believe Clark kind of came into Whitting just a little, but
yeah, Bo Glenn's going to get his lap back here. That's going to put him on the lead. That 17 of the 19 cars that started are on the lead lap. It's going to look like Scott Formosa, Travis Pryor, Chase Johnson, Robert Barber, Casey Clark, Joey Lamb, Caleb Ramsey, James Somke, Michael Fravert, AJ Cruz, Joe Williams, Jonathan Smith, Peyton Hamlet, Louis Robinette, Eddie Taylor, Bo Glenn, Michael Whitting, Chris Miller, and Christopher Reardon.
yeah, my guess is Whitting might probably going to lose a lap here. Oh no, maybe not. Getting it back out there. We're gonna have to see if that car is still a good, top 5 tending car here.
Yeah, so this is just this green flag is back out in the air. And Formosa, Johnson, and Pryor, all three get a good start. But this track, Caleb, is only a .625 105 in distance. You know, it's less than a mile, a little bit bigger than a half mile, but not quite a 3/4 mile track, as you saw Johnson get loose off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, Barber's going to try to capitalize on that higher, but that middle groove, that second groove up, seems like the place to be.
Yeah, and there's 14 degrees of banking in these corners and 3 degrees in the straightaways. Doesn't seem like a lot compared to a lot of the tracks we see these guys go and run at. Bristol, some of those tracks that have higher banking. This is a relatively flat track compared to a lot of them. Travis Pryor is going to peek inside of the 80 of Scott Formosa. He's going to be to the inside going into turn 1. Can he get the pass completed here? Not quite. He's still going to be there battling with the 80 of Scott Formosa.
Yeah, well, two really quick guys, you know, despite only having 9 races ran this season. Pryor is 5th in this point standing, as he's going to take the lead from our points leader, but maybe not.
Yeah, Formosa's battling back on that high side, trying to get
Pryor still on that inside. Formosa's up high. And that time it was Formosa by 4/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, this is quite an entertaining battle up here for the lead. You got Travis.
They're beating and banging everywhere on this racetrack right now.
Yeah, you got Travis Pryor, who has been up front in a majority of the races that we've seen. It's just a matter of time before he's able to get this pass completed and get around the 80 of Scott Formosa. We got Robert Barber. He's back there in that 4th spot. He's running about a lane to a lane and a half lower as Pryor got loose off of turn 2 there.
Yeah, Pryor's car is such a handful. Robert Barber's going to make a move. Oh, but he's going to get loose. If you get on that low side, you seem to get very loose. But like, that's what makes it so great, these loose race cars. But look at a little bit back here at this little pack from about like 5th to 10th. We have a side-by-side battle with Peyton Hamlet and Michael Fravor right now. That's going to get resolved. You might lose another spot to AJ here, but AJ can't make a move. They seem to have settled down here just a little bit in this pack.
Yeah, looking back here.
Pryor's making another move down low.
Pryor gonna have the advantage off of 4, but Formosa is able to battle back, and it's a very, very tight battle up here for the top 3 spots. Formosa, Pryor, Johnson. Johnson gets a little bit loose.
Barber's gonna cut down low.
Going back here to Louis Robinette, he is trying to fend off the 22 of Michael Whitting, and he's doing a pretty good job. You go right in front of them with James Somke and the 23 of Jonathan Smith. They're going to be battling here in a couple of laps time.
Yeah, long single file line in front of them, but John Smith to the inside of Psalm.
Smith trying to get around Somke for this 12th position. He's gonna have it this time? No.
No. 3/1000ths of a second, it was Somke. Oh, Somke's gonna get loose.
And that's gonna help Smith get around him and pull away just a little bit. You go back here to the 72 of Michael Fravert. He is battling with the 3 of Casey Clark. And then you see the 55 of Peyton Hamlet.
That high side seems to be the place to be in a last lap battle, as a lot of cars on that high side to run off and get the run to the stripe.
Yeah, we're quickly.
Oh, they're so tight up there. I believe. Oh, Robert's in the wall. Hamlet looks to appear to be a little faster. I don't know if they're getting held up by the 3. As Hamlet's going to make a move to the inside. Can he get the move done? Hamlet's so close to that rear bumper of the 72 of Michael Fravert. They're battling again up in the front. Ryder's going to get a bit loose, and Chase Johnson's going to go to the inside for second.
We're watching the battle. We're watching the battle with Fravert and Clark back here. It was heating up. Now you got Hamlet to the outside of Fravert back here. That is for the 7th position, and Hamlet's got the high side run right now.
Oh, contact!
Caution will come out. Guys, it looks like Fravert just pushed up on exit a little bit and got into the 3 of Casey Clark.
Bo Glenn, you just have to go a lap down in a couple laps.
Yeah, so very fortunate for Bo Glenn. So we reset the lineup. It's going to be Scott Formosa, Travis Pryor, Chase Johnson, Robert Barber, Joey Lamb, Peyton Hamlet, Caleb Ramsey, AJ Cruz, Eddie Taylor, Jonathan Smith, James Somke, Louis Robinette, Joe Williams, Casey Clark. And you're going to have Michael Fravert, Michael Whitting, and Bo Glenn all in pit road right now.
Yeah, you're. A lot of your top 5 in points right now are currently in the top 5. Formosa, Barber, and Pryor. They're 1-5 right now. Formosa has a pretty good points, Josh. 35 points over Jonathan Smith. And there's only... And then And there's only been 2 races where Scott Formosa has not had a top 10 finish. Tired.
Yeah, that's a lot to speak about with the smoothness and consistency that these drivers have, that they're able to consistently finish on the inside the top 10. And that's how you get a good sized points lead. Is if the race finished now, um, with Jonathan Smith being 10th, Scott Formosa would open up that lead.
Yeah, John Smith has gone up a little, where he was, about 20 laps ago, but very kind of spread out points battle as of right now, but still a long way to go. 16 cars on the lead lap. Bo Glenn's 1 lap down. Pace cars off. Scott Formosa chose the high side, and we are green.
Yeah, Formosa gets a great jump over Travis Pryor. Robert Barber, he gets a good jump as well. Not quite in. Pryor's going to get a little bit loose on the exit of turn 2 as we are very quickly approaching halfway here. We're lap 61 of 125. See the 20 of Chase Johnson get way loose.
Yeah, and Hamlet's going to be able to show what he can do up here in the top 5.
Hamlet is battling a very loose race car. You saw it there on the exit of turn 2. He was sitting there having to make minor corrections to avoid spinning out.
Oh, everyone's loose right now, Josh. I think just the split of the track. But are we going to see another battle between Formosa and Pryor?
Pryor's on his bumper. He's been able to stay with Formosa until he tried to battle with him, and Formosa's had that high side. If Pryor can get to the outside of Formosa somehow and force Formosa to go low, Pryor could take off with this race lead.
Yeah, or will Pryor, try to use a defensive line tactic for the high side if he has a good enough run on the corner? That could always be a possibility.
Yeah, Robert Barber, he's closing in on these guys.
Yeah, maybe a long run car, but he's going to get loose. But I think everyone's getting a bit loose. Like I said, Joey Lamb going to make a move on Chase Johnson. He's going to blink out and lose the spot. And it looks like 8th place Jonathan Smith and Caleb Ramsey or they were battling. There's some contact back in the field. Looks like Michael Crabber and Louis Robinette. That kind of stacks them up back there.
We'll back up to the front here with Pryor, Barber, and Formosa. This top 3, they're starting to pull away just a little bit. The top 5 are starting to pull away, rather slowly, but they are trying to pull away from the rest of these guys. As we only have 56 laps to go, Barber looking inside of Pryor here on lap number 70. Barber's going to get a little loose, and that's going to allow Pryor to maintain that second position.
Yeah, they're eating up their tires down low like that. But, I mean, passing's just so difficult here, and I think everyone's kind of figured out what lines to run. We're seeing people like Joey Lamb and AJ Crew trying to make something work to get past Hamlet on the low side.
Travis
Pryor,
Pryor is looking to the inside of Formosa here.
can he get it? I believe Formosa is slowing him up a little bit. But we have not been able to see it work inside a lot. I think he might have to pull off a slide job here.
Well, he's stuck down there now as Barber has closed that gap. So it's going to be hard for Pryor to get back up into that second position if he's not able to get this pass in this high side group. The guys that are running that high line are going to be able to get around him. If they are able to get around him, and Barber.
Oh, gonna make contact, gonna put Pryor into the wall. As look at this behind them, they are running very aggressive. Barber is making a move for the lead, but no one's been able to pass Scott Formosa. He's been so consistent all race. As they're calming down right now.
You go a little bit further back here with AJ Cruz. AJ Cruz looks like he's gotten around. Well, hasn't gotten around, but looks like he's going to be battling very quickly with his teammate there of the 81 of Joey Lamb.
Careful of Jonathan Smith. No, gonna try and go back up in line, but Jonathan Smith's already there. You get back in line. Oh, something happened with Robert Barber.
Yeah, Barber was very slow, and he's got heavy damage on that front of his car. He's going to be running in that. Looks like he's going to be falling down the 9th position. Go back up front. It's going to be Johnson, Pryor, Formosa. Your top 3 still.
Just see how on edge cars are. You know, it's kind of, kind of like Bristol on the service here. You know, really hard to make a move. But, except a little bit more fun than Bristol because the cars are like 10 times more on edge.
Go back here, check on Louis Robinette running 11th. He's kind of out there in no man's land. He's about half a second to 3/4 of a second in front of the 3 of Casey Clark, and about half a second to 3/4 of a second behind the 72 of Michael Fravert. You see Michael Fravert, he's trying to get up there and battle with Robert Barber for the 9th position.
Yeah, Barber with that heavy left front damage. But then again, Michael Fravert also has heavy right front or left front damage.
Barber's got just heavy front end damage, both left and right side. So it's going to be hard for him to try to get back up there with that damage, as he seems to be affecting him severely. And there goes Barber.
There you go. Will he go back on track, or can he keep it off? Yellow flag is out. Wow. Oh, he just lost it by himself. Like,
Yeah, he tried to keep it down, but and then tried to get it going, but just wasn't enough time for him to get going.
Oh, there looked like another spin too. Eddie Taylor looked like he was also in trouble. Eddie Taylor was on his lid. Oh, Eddie Taylor lost by himself, went on his lid. Okay. Maybe Barber was nothing. Cause of caution, or he was, that was after the caution came out. Taylor lost by. Oh, this race has been something else. We're probably going to have a restart with 34 laps to go.
Yeah, going back and looking at the Eddie Taylor incident there, it just looks like he's got really wicked loose, and that's what happened with him. So as we get ready to get ready for some more green flag racing, it's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Hamlet, Johnson, Lamb, Smith, Ramsey, Cruz, Fravert, Robinette, Clark, Somke, Williams, Whitting, Glenn, Barber, Taylor. Barber is going to be in that 15th spot. Bo Glenn will be 16th, and Eddie Taylor will be 17th. Miller and Reardon are out of the race.
No, 17 are strong here. We have a restart with 33 to go. Pace car rolls off, and we are green here. We're going to get in line. Could we maybe see the bumper be used here for Pryor and stuff? As Pryor's gonna go to the inside, but I can't get anything done. Because look who's in the top 5 right, or battling for a top 5 spot right now. It's Jonathan Smith, using that way high side to try and get past or try to fend off Ramsey and get past Joey Lamb. But it looks like Ramsey's going to get past Jonathan Smith for that 6th spot. Not really a whole lot of action right now. People probably trying to just get in line so, for the last few laps, they can be in position to win. But more spread out than what they were in previous runs.
Yeah, Pryor again staying right there on the back bumper of Formosa, trying to be in position to where if Formosa makes a mistake, he can capitalize.
Oh yeah, I can just camera shot. I was getting peelovers getting loose all throughout the field. Pryor's going to get loose, try to get back in line, but he's going to have to try and get back up there as Chase Johnson is on the outside. That one mistake could cost Pryor spots, but Chase Johnson's going to crash down to the grass. Oh, such a great run for Chase Johnson here. Eddie Taylor's also in the grass. Caution is out. Not sure what for.
It's going to be between Bo Glenn and Eddie Taylor and Joe Williams is what we were seeing there as Bo Glenn was stopped on the track. So we reset the lineup here. It's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Hamlet, Lamb, Ramsey, Smith, Robinette, Fravert, Somke, Cruz, Clark, Whitting, Barber, Johnson, Williams, Glenn, Taylor, Miller, and Reardon. Those two are out of the race.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining race, and that was exactly what Pryor needed right there. You know, he was absolutely fine. Late in the race, 20 laps to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild shootout here for the final 19 laps, or final 18 laps. We should go back to green flag racing with 18 to go. And it's going to be very wild for those 18 laps.
Pace car is off the pits. We are green. 19 or 18.
Yeah, just 18 laps to go. Formosa gets another good start, as does the O2 of Travis Pryor. Let's see what these guys can do in these final 18 laps. See if Pryor can get around Formosa or not.
Oh, Robert Barber, trouble.
We're still green, still green.
Saved by him. look at this behind. Like, they are racing very unorganized behind these front two.
Yeah, these battles aren't going to help these guys. Um, if I was them, I'd fall in single file and try to catch up as caution comes out.
James Somke is around.
So it looks like he had to check up for the 30 of Robinette, and the 20 of Johnson kind of got into the back of him, and then looked like Clark finished him out.
Yeah, that's why I kind of call it chain reaction there, or an accordion effect.
Yeah, and you seem to see that a lot more on the dirt side of things with the starts and restarts. But sometimes, it just, it happens on asphalt as well. But it's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Hamlet, Lamb, Ramsey, Smith, Fravert, Cruz, Robinette, Johnson, Clark, Whitting, Williams, Barber, Somke, Glenn, Taylor, with Miller and Reardon out of the race.
Taylor still in the pit. He 11 left.
We're going to have a restart within 10 laps to go here.
I believe that means single file starts.
Not sure, but I do know that it's going to be a shootout like the Wild Wild West, and we're going to have our hands full trying to keep things keep things going on. Oh, double file with what will be 9 to go, as we have 10 to go now. Next time by will be 9 to go.
Yeah, fourth place is blinking really bad. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Pace car is off, and we are back green with 9 to go. Top three going to get filed here, but side by side behind.
But Joey Lamb is battling with the 55 of Hamlet for that third spot, as Lamb keeps blinking. Definitely got to make it hard. I believe Caleb Ramsey is on the same team as Joey Lamb.
Oh, that almost got Harry up at the front.
It looks like Taylor got loose, overcorrected, shot back out into the outside wall, and collects Bo Glenn.
Bo Glenn has been in countless wrecks today. Not been a good race for Eddie Taylor.
Yeah, it's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Hamlet, Lamb, Ramsey, Smith, Cruz, Fravert, Johnson, Robinette, Clark, Whitting, Barber, Somke, Williams, Glenn, Taylor, with Miller and Reardon out of the race.
But how restart will be with only 3 to go, probably. I don't know if now we're going to have a single file restart, but I know there is a time where they do. Lights still on the pace car, so it's going to be at least 2 to go. Have a restart.
Yeah, it'll be a green white checker scenario.
But not officially an attempt.
Yeah, no, it will not be an attempt, but it will be this scenario as we'll go back to green flag racing. Do a lap, come back, get a white flag, do another lap, come back, get the checker flag, and crown our winner here tonight at North Wilkesboro Speedway with the All Out Super Late Model Series presented by the All Out Esports Group. As we have one to go green here. Make sure you guys tune in next week to the channel. We got a lot of exciting things going on. The start of a new series on Friday nights and the start of a huge special, a 4-day special next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys are tuning in for that as the pace car pulls off.
And there's some problems. Pan Hamlet going to tuck down the pit road.
Hamlet may have gotten a penalty. That may have been why we saw him duck down.
It's Joey Lamb and Caleb Ramsey and Formosa and Pryor battling for the first few spots.
So white flag is out now. There should the next flag will end it. If it's a yellow flag, race is over. If it's a checker, race is over.
Flag says Pryor's going to make one last effort. It's not going to be enough, or Ramsey's effort won't be enough, and it's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Lamb, Ramsey, and Smith top five.
Yeah, we're gonna go through the running order here and get ready for post-race interviews. First place, going to go to Scott Formosa, Travis Pryor second, Joey Lamb third. Going to have Caleb Ramsey in fourth, Jonathan Smith fifth, AJ Cruz sixth. Then you have Chase Johnson seventh, Michael Fravert eighth, Casey Clark ninth, Robert Barber 10th. Then you have Louis Robinette 11th, James Somke 12th, Michael Whitting 13th, Joe Williams 14th, Bo Glenn 15th, Peyton Hamlet 16th, Eddie Taylor 17th, Chris Miller will be 18th, Christopher Reardon will be 19th, with Carter, James, and Victory not making the race here this evening. Your big mover is going to be Caleb Ramsey, 17th to 4th. The tough luck. Looks like it may be Whitting. Started third, finished 13th. That's down 10 positions. As we get ready for post-race interviews coming up momentarily. All right, we're here with our third place finisher, Joey Lamb. Joey, you had started mid pack. You drove it up inside the top five most of the day, and you were able to finish inside the top five, beating your teammate for that third position. You always like to see that, but overall, a great run here today from you.
Yeah, man, the car was great. Setup was a little bit different what we practiced on. This one was, a little bit tighter than what I was, really hoping for. But we were able to roll that bottom. A couple of those guys were able to make mistakes up top, maybe clip the wall a little bit, get a little too loose, and I was just able to roll right by them, but just kind of saving my tires. I really didn't expect to finish third. I hadn't driven an asphalt super late model in I don't know how long. I'm mainly a dirt guy. But Caleb, my buddy, taught me and coming back and running over here, and I had a blast. And we'll be back next week, I guess.
Yeah, and this is one of the first looks that a lot of people have gotten with North Wilkesboro, other than the Pro Invitational just a couple weeks ago. But the track is very slippery, and a lot of people wouldn't think that the track would be as slippery as what it is. And you guys were. You guys were able to hold on to the cars, but you guys were showing that the track is very slippery on the exit of these corners.
Oh yeah, definitely. They did an awesome job. The track's slick because you have to run in adapter. There's no night races because there's no lights, but there's also bumps that y'all really don't see that the drivers really feel. And if you hit those bumps wrong or come full throttle in those bumps, you're going around. And it's just going to hurt the tires. But yeah, iRacing did a great job on this track, and it was fun actually running it and actually getting a race on it. So I look forward to hopefully definitely doing this one again. So.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you thank your sponsors and get on out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, sir. I got to give a shout out to my Mud Duck Racing guys. Appreciate all the hard work y'all do. Sponsors. Hanover Record Service, Ty B TV, Milliner Designs, Tracy's Cafe, Sign Elms Junior Racing, Rose's Lawn Maintenance. And I got to thank Robert Barber for putting this on. All Out Sim Sports, they put a lot of work into doing these leagues things. Got to thank the broadcasters, because without y'all, nobody would get to watch us race. So. Got to thank everybody that puts it on. So y'all have a good night.
Absolutely, buddy. And tell our good friend Frankie over there with the Mud Duck guys that I said hello, and look forward to seeing him race again.
Sure will. I'm gonna send him this broadcast. He'll be itching to come run over here. I guarantee. After a while.
All right, buddy. Thank you for your time.
I am. Have a good one.
All right, we're here with our second place finisher, Travis Pryor. Travis, you were doing everything you could to get around Scott Formosa up there for the race win. You pretty well threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and he was just strong here today. And you guys were battling not only each other, but this track. We saw several times you guys getting loose because of the track, and you guys did a fantastic job with keeping the cars as straight as possible. But finishing second, you can't be too upset with that.
Oh, I really can't. I mean, so that was one of the funnest races I've had this season. It sucked that the lineup had no grip, so it couldn't really pass, so there was no lead changes at all. But I mean, just trying to find the grip to see what you could do, and find your way back in line. And I mean, it was fun. Like you said, I did everything I could. I did everything I could besides hit them to try to pass them, and I'm not gonna wreck them and do nothing like that. it just hard to pass. I felt like I was right there on him. I felt like we were pretty even, but can't really do too much risky things if you make the bottom work.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those tracks in the future that we're going to see that qualifying is very important at. I mean, you did start fifth and you were able to get up very early in the race, get up there into the top three, and you just stayed there pretty well all day. But you have to feel like qualifying is going to be very important at a track like this.
Yeah, tracks like these, Irwindale is another one. Those tracks where the high groove is the dominant groove or has the most grip, qualifying is everything. And if you were to make up some positions during the race, that's obviously got something going on, something going that you find out that no one else is able to. But qualifying is definitely everything for these single tracks. I was lucky to qualify fifth and was able to get around a few cars to get up to second. But if I would have had to start behind the Chase Johnson or Joey, Philip Ramsey, I mean, those guys, I would have been 10 times harder to get away. But competition was real tough up there in the top 5.
Okay, Travis. I'll let you thank your sponsors, get out of here, and I do know you have a special message, so I'll turn it over to you and let you talk about everything.
Gotta thank Pat T for always being here supporting me and for making this awesome paint scheme. Got on the quarter panel with this Brian Campbell. Unfortunately, he lost his life Sunday at Jasper Speedway in Alabama over the weekend. It's a horrible incident, and I just want to show my support. It might be little, but just show my support any way I can, having him on my car. And it would have been cool to get a win for him, but I got to thank her for putting it on there, and prayers for his family and friends. I think my Uncle Jay, my mom, she was able to tune in. Anyone else that follows Prior Racing on Facebook, anyone that takes their time to tune in and watch. Robert Barber putting on a great league. He's doing great things over here. And then this is going to be something very special here in the future in this league. Thanks y'all, ISBC, for broadcasting. Y'all do a great job. It's awesome watching these races later on. And anyone that gets this going, gotta thank everyone.
All right, Travis. Thank you for your time, and good luck next week. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome, thank you.
We have our race winner, Scott Formosa, here with us now. Scott, a very dominating performance. You led every single lap.
Yeah, winning the pole, that's what won me the race because, man, you just couldn't pass here, Once I noticed, the bottom, would work for about 10 laps, and then everybody started kind of moving up. And once you moved up, it was really hard for anybody to get underneath you. So that qualifying run's what really won me the race tonight.
Yeah, and Travis alluded to that, and we talked to him a little bit in his interview about the importance of qualifying, and obviously qualifying on pole at a track like this. Irwindale is another one of them. The tracks that are high side dominant, to where they have the most grip up there, it's very important to qualify very well and be able to get out front very early. And we saw that, a few restarts, you took the high side just because of the amount of grip that's up there. You were getting better runs on the high side on the restarts just because there's so much more grip for you to be able to power off of that fourth corner and down the front straightaway.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to give a shout out to Travis for running me clean tonight. Me and him has had a few run-ins from time to time, but he really ran me clean tonight. And he tried. He was working the bottom that last lap or two, but, I knew if I kept him pinned down there, it's just hard to get any grip down there and make the move. And I knew if I could just keep him pinned there, I'd be okay. And, of course, I was. That was an interesting race, but fun. I enjoyed it. I hadn't ran a lot of laps here at Wilkesboro, but kind of reminded me a lot of Irwindale and even maybe like a small Darlington.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that I do before the races is I go jump into these cars at these tracks that we're going to run on Thursday nights and get the practice, so I can give just a little bit of insight, not much because I can't drive these cars to save my life, but just gives people a feeling of what you guys are having to go through on these tracks. Like last week, you guys were turning 3/4 of a lap the whole entire time. So
absolutely,
these tracks are very tough on you, even though you may not be in a 100-degree car, but they're very physically demanding on your arms.
Oh, it was, and mentally tonight too. Not bouncing off the wall, keeping it off the wall, keeping it on right up against the wall. Not making that one mistake would have cost me the race tonight. And I never made it. I kept the car clean, but if I'd have got up in that wall one time, I think that would have been it. Travis would have got by me. But you got to be perfect in these leagues to win these races. I mean, absolutely perfect. Got to have everything go your way, and it did tonight. It might not next week, but it did tonight. These are tough guys we're running against here.
Yeah, absolutely. And smoothness and consistency is a big key to coming out of here with a top 5 finish. Again, congratulations on the big win here tonight. We will let you thank your sponsors. Get out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, I want to thank All Out Towing. That's my main sponsor. And, of course, Barber. All Out Motorsports that's our team. Robert Barber and Casey Clark. Casey Clark just came on board with us. Casey drives a real car and ran at the Duck River Speedway this weekend. Had some bad luck there, but he just come on board with us. I want to thank you guys. Y'all do an excellent job of doing the broadcast and everything. Thank all the guys in the league, man. We'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, I get a podium next week.
All right, buddy. Thank you for your time and good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, Caleb, that's going to do it for us here from North Wilkesboro Speedway. We need to thank All Out Esports, the All Out Super Late Model Series. Those guys are very good at what they do, and tonight, I mean, yeah, we have a few cautions, but those cautions allow yourself and myself to catch our breath a little bit and take a drink. But overall, a very fantastic race here. First time that I've been able to really watch a race at North Wilkesboro, and it was a very good race.
Yeah. Very tight, and a lot of contact with cars that were on edge all race. That is my type of race.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's next week is going to be another great race, and I look forward to it.
Yeah, should be a great one. Not quite sure where it is.
Yeah. So next week we will be at South Boston racing there. It's going to be another great race, another small track, and a lot of fun there. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And like I said, next week, make sure you guys are tuned into the channel. A lot of cool things going on within the channel next week. Don't want to allude to too much just yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be exciting to be able to watch some of the broadcast, as my partner Dante Brown will be calling a few of the races, and I will be jumping on board to call a few of them too. So it'll be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys tune in there. Until next week, stay safe, be careful, do what you guys need to do to take care of yourselves. We'll see you guys back here next week.